One morning, a hungry cock was scratching the ground in a farmyard, searching for grains to eat. Suddenly, he found a shiny pearl sparkling brightly in the dirt. The cock picked it up and looked at it curiously. "What a beautiful thing," he said. "Humans may think you are precious, but you are useless to me. I would rather have a handful of corn than this shiny pearl." So, the cock left the pearl behind and continued searching for food. Soon, he happily found some grains and ate them with joy. Moral: things are valuable only to those who can appreciate them.
The Clever Fox. Deep inside a forest lived a fierce tiger who troubled all the animals. He hunted more than he needed and frightened everyone with his loud growls. The animals became worried and decided to send one animal each day to the tiger so the others could live peacefully. The tiger happily agreed. One morning, it was the turn of a small fox named Felix. Felix was not strong, but he was very smart. On his way to the tiger's cave, he came up with a clever idea. He arrived very late. The tiger roared angrily. "Why are you late?" Felix bowed and said, "I was coming here, Your Majesty, but another tiger stopped me. He said he is the real king of this forest." The tiger became furious. "Take me to him immediately." Felix led the tiger to a quiet pond. "He lives inside this water," said the fox carefully. The tiger looked into the pond and saw his own reflection. Thinking it was another tiger staring back at him, he roared loudly. The reflection roared too. Enraged, the tiger jumped into the pond to attack, but the muddy water was deep, and he struggled badly before escaping in fear. Ashamed and exhausted, the tiger left the forest forever. The animals thanked Felix for saving them with his clever thinking. Moral: wisdom and intelligence can defeat great strength.
The Bear and the Rabbits. In a peaceful forest, a family of rabbits lived happily in a small burrow under a tree. They worked hard every day and cared deeply for their little babies. One evening, a large bear came stomping through the forest. He was careless and bad-tempered. While searching for food, he stepped heavily near the rabbits' home and crushed their burrow. The frightened rabbits cried as their home was destroyed. The rabbits decided to stay brave. They asked their friends a squirrel, a woodpecker, and a fox for help. The squirrel threw nuts at the bear from above, making him angry and confused. The woodpecker pecked loudly near his ears, distracting him even more. Then the clever fox tricked the bear into running toward a muddy swamp. Without noticing the danger, the bear slipped and got stuck deep in the mud. The rabbits safely rebuilt their home together and thanked their friends for helping them. Moral: even small friends can achieve great things through teamwork and courage.
In a quiet old barn lived 4 little rats: Rusty, Nibbles, Coco, and Tiny. Unlike other rats who fought over food, these 4 shared everything. If one found cheese, everyone ate together. One rainy day, the barn cat sneaked in quietly. Tiny saw the cat first and squeaked loudly. Instead of running away alone, the rats worked together. Rusty rolled a tin can, Coco pulled a cloth, and Nibbles distracted the cat. The loud noise scared the cat away. That night, the rats happily shared a piece of bread and smiled. Moral: friendship and teamwork can overcome even the biggest dangers. The Man and the Crooks. A man was traveling to a nearby village with a bag of gold coins. On the way, 3 crooks saw him and decided to steal his money. The crooks secretly followed the man through the forest. The man soon realized he was being watched. Instead of panicking, he made a clever plan. As he passed an old well, he loudly said, "This bag is too heavy. I will hide it inside this well and collect it later." The crooks heard him and smiled greedily. The man pretended to drop the bag into the well, but he had actually hidden it behind a large rock nearby. That night, after the man quietly left, the crooks rushed to the well. One climbed down, while the others held the rope. They searched for hours but found nothing. Soon they began arguing and blaming each other. While the crooks fought among themselves, the man safely returned home with his gold. Moral: wisdom and calm thinking can outsmart greed and dishonesty. The puppy who forgot his kind owner. An old farmer found a tiny puppy shivering in the rain. Feeling sorry for him, the farmer took the puppy home, fed him warm milk, and gave him a safe place to sleep. He named the puppy Bruno. As Bruno grew bigger, he became strong and healthy. The farmer loved him dearly and cared for him every day. One afternoon, Bruno saw a rich merchant's house, filled with delicious food and soft cushions. Thinking only about comfort, he left the farmer and went to live there. At first, Bruno enjoyed the rich meals, but soon the merchant tied him outside as a guard dog. He was often shouted at and rarely shown kindness. Cold and unhappy, Bruno remembered the farmer who had loved him like family. Ashamed of his behavior, he returned to the farmer's small house. The farmer welcomed Bruno back warmly, and the puppy finally understood the value of kindness and loyalty. Moral: never forget those who helped and cared for you in difficult times.
The Horse and the Fox. Once in a green meadow, there lived a strong horse. A sly fox wanted to take advantage of the horse's strength without doing any work himself. He often praised the horse and pretended to be his best friend. One day, the fox told the horse about a field full of sweet grass beyond the forest. Trusting the fox, the horse followed him. The fox led him onto a muddy path where the horse became stuck in deep mud. The fox laughed and ran away. After a hard struggle, the horse managed to free himself. From that day on, he learned to be careful about whom he trusted. Moral: do not trust those who flatter you for their own gain.
The Sparrow and the Monitor Lizard. A sparrow and her husband lived in a cozy nest on a large banyan tree. Every season, the sparrow laid eggs and looked forward to raising her chicks. However, a cruel monitor lizard lived in a burrow nearby. Whenever the sparrows laid eggs, the lizard climbed the tree and ate them. The sparrows were heartbroken. They tried guarding the nest, but the lizard was too strong. One day, they sought advice from a wise squirrel. The squirrel said, "Strength is not always the answer. Use your wit." The next morning, the sparrow flew to a nearby palace garden and picked up a shiny bracelet left by a noblewoman. The guards noticed and chased her. The sparrow flew straight to the monitor lizard's burrow and dropped the bracelet inside. The guards followed and reached the burrow. As they tried to recover the bracelet, the monitor lizard rushed out angrily. The guards killed the lizard and retrieved the bracelet. From that day on, the sparrows lived peacefully and safely raised their young. Moral: intelligence and clever planning can defeat even the most powerful foe. The wild boar that destroyed the vegetable garden. In a village, a farmer worked hard to grow vegetables in his garden. Every night, a wild boar came from the forest and ate the vegetables. It also trampled the plants, causing great damage. The farmer tried to chase the boar away, but it always escaped into the forest before he could catch it. Day by day, the farmer became more worried. One evening, he came up with a clever plan. He dug a deep pit on the path the boar used and covered it with leaves and grass. That night, the boar arrived as usual. As it rushed toward the garden, it stepped onto the hidden pit and fell inside. The next morning, the farmer found the boar trapped and took it far away from the village. From then on, the vegetables grew safely, and the farmer had a rich harvest. Moral: wisdom and careful planning can solve problems that strength alone cannot. Buddy the little dog was walking home happily with a tasty bone in his mouth. As he crossed a tiny bridge over a sparkling stream, he looked into the water and saw another dog carrying a bigger bone. "Wow, I want that one too," Buddy thought excitedly. He barked loudly, "Woof, give me your bone." But the moment he opened his mouth, plop, his own bone fell into the water and floated away. Buddy tried to catch it, but it was gone. Then he realized the other dog was only his reflection. Buddy walked home hungry, but much wiser that day. Moral: greed often makes us lose what is already ours. Be happy with what you have.
The Elephant's Fall. A huge elephant lived in a forest. He was strong but very proud. One hot afternoon, He walked near a tree where a family of sparrows had built their tiny nest. Without caring, the elephant shook the tree and destroyed the nest. The sparrows cried because their eggs broke. The sparrows decided not to give up. They asked their friends a woodpecker, a bee, and a frog for help. The bee buzzed loudly near the elephant's ears, distracting him. The woodpecker pecked at his eyes, and the frog croaked near a muddy pit. Blind and confused, the elephant followed the sound and fell into the pit. The sparrows learned that even the smallest creatures become powerful when they work together. Moral: never underestimate the power of unity and teamwork.